What's going on? Welcome back for another Just For You. Thanks for everyone who likes and shares videos. I definitely appreciate it. Um, Thank you. The I was trying to figure out what I was going to talk about. I actually have a list of stuff that I never even go over. I was talking to my sister last night, and I was like, "Yeah, I have a list of topics," and I read the list, and then I always talk about something that's not on the list. Um, but I was going through my list, and I ended up actually thinking about being discouraged because I didn't want to do anything on the list, and I'm like, oh man, I don't want to do the list. So you know what? Talk about discouragement because you're discouraged a lot. You get discouraged pretty easy and get over it, but it happens more than I'd like to admit. And it's usually, I mean, of course, it's my emotion, but it's usually an effect of something that has happened. And it's usually when one of my plans don't go right, or a monkey wrench gets thrown in the road, or I hit a speed bump, so to speak, and whatever's happening. Um, Sometimes it's financial. I got a plan. This happened. Life hit, and instead of putting the money in here, I got to put the money over here because some stuff popped up, and now, well, that plan is kind of stopped now. Now I'm kind of down about it. I'm horrible at that. I drive my wife crazy with that too, and probably the rest of my sister, my mom, and probably my close friends and family. Because that's just something that I struggle with a lot, and it's hard to get over that. I don't really have any good advice on how to get over it. Um, the only thing I can tell you, and this is kind of what I have to do to myself, is I kind of have to I kind of have to go back and really rethink that situation, and I really got to break it down to myself on how bad do I want it, realistically, and how bad do I want it, and is this something that I can do by myself? And I said in another video, like, you can't do anything solo, which is true. You can't, no one who's ever made it, to the level of to be quote unquote successful has ever done it 100% by themselves. Now, they probably started by themselves, but then you branch off and network and stuff like that. So, is this something that you can basically get started and run for the most part solo? If so, keep going. It just might make it harder, and you just have to put in more work. Um, is it worth it? Sometimes it is, personally. Sometimes it ain't. And that goes for everybody. You ask yourself, is it worth it? And a lot of times you're like, you know what? This. If it worked, it'd be worth it. But it's not working. It's probably not going to work. This happened, that happened, this happened. So, no, it's not worth it. You know, not just more or less, that's just personally up to you. If you want it, you just going to have to find a way to grind through it. There's no advice. There's no trick. There's no shortcut. There's no easy way of saying it. Um, you just gotta walk through the mud. That's really all you can do. You don't really have another option in terms of that. That's it. Get it out the mud. That's an expression they use down south a lot, and you really appreciate it that way. But it's hard not to get discouraged. It's hard not to stay discouraged, because then you get depressed and you don't want to do it, and now you're stuck, and you go back to what you know because it's easy. And I do that quite a bit. It's hard to grow. I was telling my sister last night about certain things that I like to do because I know I'm good at them and they come easy to me and I can do them fast and I can excel at them. Doesn't mean they're always beneficial though. That's the key. And I watched one video where, in high school, they tell us, they grow up in there, tell you all the time, you got your strengths, work on your strengths, but work on what you're not good at, which is very true. But perfect what you are good at. If you're good at something, perfect it. Because if you're not good at something, you'll never be good at it. That's just how it is. You may like it, you may know it, but that doesn't mean you're good at it. If you're not good at something, you will never be good at it. Most likely not. Some skills you can be taught, yes. You can learn, yes. But if If you don't have people skills, you can take all the self-help courses and the whole nine and everything, but you're just not a good talker, then you're going to struggle in that aspect. Now, you may do everything as best as you can to your ability, but you just got to work through those rough patches and more or less just keep going. That's where that determination comes into play, and patience, But it's hard not to get discouraged and just throw in the towel. That it is. And sometimes when you have too much time, like now with this coronavirus thing going on, and a lot of people have a lot of downtime and extra stresses, it's even easier to get more discouraged to do stuff. Like, that is what it is. There's really no, like I said, there's no tips or tricks that I have to get over being discouraged in yourself, being discouraged about your situation, other than the fact that the only one that's going to change it is you. And at some point in time, you can either lay there and be discouraged, or you can stand up and move. Those are your only options. Because the world is going to keep spinning whether you're prepared for it or not. There's really no way around it. So, yeah, that's it. Just, if you get discouraged, check yourself. Really weigh it out. Like, is it worth it? Since this plan isn't working, if I redo it, can I get a second plan? Is it worth it? And do you want to go through the mud to succeed at it? Sometimes you just need someone to tell you, look, just do it yourself. If you build it, they will come. Do it yourself, keep going, and then it's yours. Just keep focused. My sister told me that last night about a couple things, so thank you very much. Because it does get tough. It's not progressing. Nah, it's not working. Now you're discouraged. Now you're feeling down and everything, and you're doubting yourself and all that good stuff. They're all linked together. It's a big spider web of stuff and drama and issues and instability, whether it's emotional and everything like that or whatever, all combined together make this giant, messy, non-intricate spider web of life. So you're going to get discouraged. Life causes discouragement. The only thing I can say is pressure. Pressure makes diamonds. You get knocked down, take your time, regroup. You want to sit in the mud for a second? Sit in the mud for a second. But you can't sit there long. You got to check yourself and basically weigh it out. Is it worth it? If it's not worth it, don't even worry about it. Move on. Don't even stress about it, because you're just going to be stuck. But ask yourself, okay, since I'm discouraged, is this plan I'm doing, whatever I'm discouraged about, is it worth me trying to fix? So that's it. Till next time. Just for you. Adios.